we're going to get into the 49ers versus Ravens preview. These are the top two teams in the NFL right now. The top AFC team versus the top NFC team. This potentially could possibly be a Super Bowl preview. You know, not saying that either team will get there. Obviously, there's a lot of football left to be played. You know, the 49ers did clinch the West. They, you know, so they're going to at least have one home game, you know, home playoff game, which, you know, maybe I'll make it out to one. Who knows? We'll see. Man, I feel like the 49ers, you know, as good as the Ravens are, I feel like the Niners are a better team. They're a more complete team than the Ravens. I think the Ravens are, I mean, especially after the game last night, are lacking in, you know, rushing threats. You know, I mean, Lamar in his own right is a rushing threat, but I feel like this season they've kind of moved Lamar. They want him to stay in the pocket, or they want him to just look to throw the ball. And whereas in the past, under the Greg Roman offense, as opposed to Todd Monken, Greg Roman wanted Lamar involved a lot in running the football. And, you know, they didn't have the pass catchers that they do now. Now they have Odell Beckham Jr. They've got Zay Flowers. Rashad Bateman's still on the team. Bateman's been playing a lot better the past couple weeks. But yeah, Keaton Mitchell unfortunately went down with a season-ending injury. It was a nasty-looking injury, and I feel like he was probably their best running back that they had left. Like, you know,
he was
Gus
playing
Edwards.
like it.
Yeah, Gus Edwards, you know, is not a bad running back, you know, by any means. But Keaton Mitchell, I felt like, you know, he just had so many explosive plays this year, and you know, the Ravens defense is also, you know, a really, I mean, they're going to be a tough defense to go against, but you know, every time the 49ers go against a tough defense, it's like, all right, against the easy teams, it's really easy to get McCaffrey going. It's you know, it's kind of easy to get Debo going. You know, but once you get against teams that, you know, maybe are playing, you know, selling out to stop McCaffrey, to stop Debo, you get a guy that is probably going to emerge like Brandon Ayuk, and I am praying that Brandon Ayuk has a great game. But I think even when you get solid cornerback play, Brandon Ayuk has been stepping up to the occasion, and you know, they don't necessarily need him in games where they're, you know, just going to blow out the other team. I don't know if this game will be a blowout, but it would be a huge statement if the 49ers were able to blow out the Ravens. Not saying it's going to happen. Not saying it won't. I think the 49ers are going to prove this Monday, you know, on Christmas, that they're clearly the top team in the NFL, or they're going to prove that, hey, you can't take the Ravens lightly. They could absolutely win the Super Bowl too. But I'm going to go ahead and give my pick first, Mike. I'm going 49ers on Christmas. How are you feeling?
I am also going with the 49ers.
Yeah.
I can't really pick against them anymore. I mean, you know, I watched all of that Ravens-Jaguars Sunday night football game, and it was a good game. It seems to me like Ronnie Stanley's not healthy right now. That's the way it seemed, which would be the Ravens left tackle, if I'm not mistaken. So I expect some pressure on Lamar Jackson, which doesn't always mean a lot. You know, he can get out of it. He can make the big plays. For some reason, they just didn't go to Zay Flowers against the Jags. That could change against the Niners. I think the key is probably limiting Isaiah Likely and obviously limiting Lamar Jackson's ability to escape the pocket, extend plays, and rush for big gains. And I think the Niners can do that. And I mean, really, at the end of the day, the Niners, they can just simply outscore any team. So I can't really pick against them. I hope it's a good game for the sake of, you know, Sunday night Christmas, you know, but I'm going to be at my mom's house with plenty of Niner fans. So yeah, it should be fun. I don't see them losing this game. I really don't.
That's why you
but I
wanted
don't
the
see it.
Raiders to win so bad on Christmas, so that way you don't feel like, you just got a lump of coal while everybody is like cheering and like, passing around the eggnog bottle.
Well, again, in the win-win aspect of it, if the Raiders lose, I'm just going to be sitting there going, because this is on Monday, so I'm just going to be sitting there going, okay.
Bah humbug.
No, I'm going to be sitting there going, okay, did the Giants win? Did the Bears win? Did the Chargers win? Did the Titans win? Did the Jets win? Because if any of them win and we lose, we're moving up a pick. So,
Yeah. Christmas can be great for the 49ers and still be bad for me, Well, I
yeah,
don't
for
think I'll have a
fantasy.
bad Christmas regardless, but fantasy football, it's the playoffs. And just the fact that I will find out if I will be advancing on a Monday, on Christmas Day is going to be like, I don't think I'll let it ruin my day.
Right. I was just going to say, because you would have Brandon Ayuk in that game, you will also find out at the end of the Niner game if you're advancing or not. Because you'll need a big game from Ayuk, or you'll already have the lead.
Mm-hmm. I think no matter what, I'm going to, like, even if the 49ers didn't play, I would find out Monday because, typically there's like at least one player playing in the Monday night game.
Yeah, but my point, well, there's 3 games on Monday because that's Christmas, right?
Yeah.
The final game is Ravens-Niners, and you have a Niners player. Mm-hmm. So you won't know until that Niner player is done playing. That's my point,
Yeah. Yeah, so Brandon Ayuk, if you're watching this video for Christmas, I don't want a lot for Christmas, but there is just one thing I need. A pair of touchdowns. All I want for Christmas is 2. Or 3 or 4, or like, don't stop at 2. Just like keep getting touchdowns. It'll be a Christmas miracle, and I will drink as much eggnog as humanly possible if you get me to the next round of the playoffs. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, honestly, I know we're talking Niners, but that Raiders-Chiefs game, if it can just be a close, good game all the way through and not a Chiefs blowout, that's all I'll ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, but that's the show. Go Niners. Limit Lamar Jackson. That's the key to success. I think, Lamar has played better in the pocket this year than he has in any other season. And, you do have to keep an eye on that running, the rushing threat that he does present. But, I still see the Niners pulling it out. So I could be right. I could be wrong, but I'm picking the Niners. And yeah, that's the show.